Hello everyone! I hope you've had a wonderful start to your Preptober. I have finally returned from my 3-week road trip, writing retreat, research extravaganza, and I'm so happy to be home and settled in and finally about to start my Preptober. Now, as a quick refresher, I am going to be working on 2 projects during NaNoWriMo. One that's basically my morning project that I'm going to be vlogging each weekday, and one that's going to be like my stream project that I'm going to be streaming each weekday. The question is, I didn't know which one was going to be which. And frankly, I still don't know which one's going to be which, because when I was on my road trip, I of course thought of more story ideas, because there's something about just an open road and being by yourself that just, the ideas, it's like the ideas that come to you in the shower on steroids, because it's hours long. So part of the Preptobering will be, which is a verb now because I've used it like 8 times. Part of the Preptobering, prepping. That's what I meant, but whatever. Part of the Preptober that I want to do. Besides, of course, trying to choose my project, I also kind of want to test out this system where I do a morning project and an afternoon streaming project. And so we're gonna put that into practice here and we're gonna see how well it works. I had a bit of a fail on Monday because I realized I'd not streamed in forever and Twitch Studio Beta is no longer a thing for Macs. Such a bummer, that's what I used to stream with. So now I like had to switch over to Streamlabs and set up all that stuff. But today, Tuesday, I am ready to frickin' rock. So first, let me take you back to this morning. A little progress to start the morning. I am also almost done with my first water, which means I can get coffee soon. Now I'm excited for this scene because it's a little bit of a breather scene in Project Death. We are still getting information. We're starting to see more of like the teasing back and forth relationship between Toby and the armorer. Now that some of the secrets have been revealed, there's like, you know, they can be a little bit more free with one another. They're kind of both in it. They're a little culty, but it's fine. This is a breather before we're introduced to some more people within the castle and the capital. It's gonna be fun. Okay. Coffee. My goal with coffee is to finish this scene. I don't think it'll take too much longer. Alright, a quick 472 word scene, and all of the gaps I needed filled in, and that one gap is purposeful. It is just after 9. Coffee is done before I take my first little screen break and feed the girls, of course. I get a little sticker. Now, the plus side of being gone for so long is that I do have a lot of footage, so this serves as almost the perfect test to see if I can write in the morning and then in theory edit all the footage I did vlogging that writing. I'm also trying to start up Couch to 5K again, and my goal is to do like a daily yoga or something during NaNoWriMo because I will be sitting for quite a bit, and if anything, this road trip has taught me that I need to work on my spine. The health of a writer, our propensity to just kind of shrimp is just so high, and I do love that, but also my body does not. So that's gonna be one of the things that I definitely need to focus on so that I can make it the whole way through November. All right, about 20 minutes before 2, I just got some more coffee in the NaNoWriMo mug. Oh, squish, 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 squish. Both my girls are in here. And it is now actually time to film the intro to this video. Intro filmed. And now I have 15 minutes before I'm gonna start streaming. I'm trying to decide which project to work on. Okay, this is the problem child of my brain. What to do? I'm at an impasse. I have a conundrum. Help. Here's the thing, Project Death, I had hoped I would be done with by the time October ended. If a miracle happens, no. Actually, no. There is no miracle big enough to make that happen. A little bit of a spoiler for my writing retreat vlog, because this one might be coming up first, is that I wrote 16,000 words on it. It was phenomenal. And the girls on their retreat really helped me to feel better about it just being a chunky boy of a story. And so I'm just gonna keep doing the thing I need to do to make it less chunky, but I'm not gonna stress about the word count. And I'm going to give the project to Jess at the end of November so that she'll have December to read it, and then we'll start fresh on January 1st with this next round of revisions for me. So, and for her, right? So my hope with the project death is that after Jessica gives me the okay that I've gotten rid of all the stressy messiness at the end and the plot is doing what it needs to do, then I can really fix up the words, do all the shortening I need to, have obviously had her check it out and figure out if there's any subplots that could just be scrapped, and I can then give it out to other readers, probably all of the girls at the retreat. So what that means is that really I need to still be working on it in November, and I think that's going to be the vlog project because I've vlogged so much of it. This is the story that I feel like I've vlogged the most about. This standalone fantasy that's kicking my butt because it wants to be so long and I've never had this problem before, but I love it. I'm loving all the changes I'm making. I'm loving the like small epiphanies that are happening. It's so crazy because again, they must be somewhere in the back of my brain, but as I'm working on it, they're like coming to the forefront and I'm like, ooh, what if I do this? And it doesn't change the plot at all. You know, it's not changing anything. It's just adding layers and depth and like flaws to the characters, and yeah, it's making it more like three-dimensional, which is the beautiful part about revision and editing. And it's so fun to be at this stage where I think, again, having not given it to Jess yet for this round, I think it's going to be good. I'm hopeful it's going to be good. I'm hopeful that it's going to do all the things that I want it to do. So that has to be the morning project. What do I do? What do I do for the afternoon? The streaming. One option was going to be A Closet Full of Cauldrons, which I love. It is a story that just like has my heart, but also it's NaNoWriMo. And because I'm going to be working on Project Death so much, do I want something that's completely new that I can do on stream to balance that out? Or, I mean, Closet Full of Cauldrons, I'm having to rewrite what I had because I want to make it autumn. I'll put up how many words I was at in that project, but I also have the really fun Bejeweled Romantasy, which pops into my head at least once a day. And then I thought of another cool story with my mother-in-law that would be probably under the romance pen name or a different romance pen name that I would be more willing to share, because while it would be spicy, it would not be as spicy, you know, so I think that one would be okay. Then I have Murder Mystery in Tennessee that I did all that research for, and while being in Nashville, I had a lot of epiphanies on how it could work, and I could just kind of see the scenes I'd already written and them unfolding in certain areas, getting to see it with my own eyes, you know? And I also thought about like a really strange mystery about a life coach and all of his clients working together and turning on him that I think would be fascinating. And those are the ones I'm feeling strongly pulled to, right? Okay, so I feel like I'm being stretched in a bunch of different directions, and I don't feel great about that this late into October. Could I, in this Preptober vlog, could I do one a day and see how that feels? My goal is still to prep all of them, so I could just take one, prep it through, another, prep it through, and then I really could just roll the dice. That was sort of the plan anyway. All right. 10 minutes later, let's go ahead and you know, get to work. Get started on what project, you might be wondering, since I did not actually figure that out while I was monologuing. Who knows? Who knows? Let us stream. Beep, 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 beep. That is time on our sprint. Oh no! Spotted. All right, that was so much fun. Only about an hour and a half for this first one back. Note, I do have one earring and not the other. Whoops. I did get about 846 words of brain dumping in 2 stories, so I'm excited to see what else I'll come up with this afternoon. But I think it is perfectly timed for an eye break, and the girls are ready to go. Are you ready to go? Are you ready to go? She's not. She's content. Okay, let's go. All right. Ooh. One thing I realized after doing that stream is, you know what? I think maybe I am feeling a closet full of cauldrons more. I love the brainstorming work I did on both of those stories, but I don't know in my little heart of hearts with, oh, I have not updated that calendar, but like, you know, with about 2 weeks or less until NaNoWriMo starts, I don't know if I'm really ready to draft those unless I just like jump in, which I could do, but also, I don't know, something about the brainstorming that just had me wanting to draft a closet full of cauldrons, which I have fully outlined. So in that way, it did something brilliant and perfect and wonderful. So I think tomorrow what I'm going to try and do is I'll work on Project Death in the morning, and then on stream I'll work on a closet full of cauldrons and just see how that feels. It'll be fun because I'll get to revisit the first chapter, so in a way sort of starting over, turning it to fall themed, but oh yes, okay, I'm feeling better about this. We'll see how tomorrow goes, but I'm feeling good. It's 8 o'clock. That is a quick 673 words to start the morning. I have precious baby Finn laying on the biggest mattress. And my mom is actually going to be visiting me for a little bit, late this morning, early this afternoon. So I'm going to try and get as much done as I can around that time. This has been a great test to see if I can do my video stuff and writing. And the plus side is if the weather holds the way it is, if I get up now, I think it'll totally work. And that gives me time to do stuff sort of midday after I finish video editing, which I did a little bit of yesterday in the morning, at night. So I'm feeling good about this routine and switching projects. And I'm enjoying the back and forth banter I'm getting to do with the Armor and 2OV right now. That's where we're at. It's just so fun. Do they hate each other? We don't know. I'm kind of writing all around this scene. I think I need to go to the start. Yeah, but I think coffee first. Hello? Oh, you're so cute. Okay, I thought of something fun to do. I've been trying to get better at description, and I talked about that in a recent video, and one of the things people were suggesting is obviously it matters which character it is. They'll describe different things, which I do love. I find that very important. I find it noticeable when a character starts describing things that they would not care about. And I like the idea of turning that into an exercise. So in this scene, we're getting a little hint at the Armorer's past. There's a place beyond, far in the distance, that 2OV hadn't really seen or noticed until now because of where they're at within the grid system of the capital. And he makes a comment about like, we don't care about what's over there, when he's trying to teach her this lesson, and like moves on quickly, and she's like, aha, we might not, but he does. So I think it would be fun to describe this scene from his perspective, trying to almost like ignore what's behind him, but obviously it's like pulling his attention. So anyways, yes, I think a quick description break would be fun. I like to do these by hand. Don't know why. I think it's because I used to start the morning by handwriting, and there's something really nice about that, and I've just kind of kept up the practice of doing it by hand. Oh that dog hair. I think I'm gonna call this like lesson 2 from the armor's perspective. The great part about being in this sort of fun and games section of the story is it's the promise of the premise. So we're getting to learn. We're gonna get to see Tuovi learning how to trick people. We get to see her learning about the capital. We get to see her sort of building relationships and also really sort of like wading through the information she's being told from all different angles. Oh, it's so fun. Okay, lesson 2. Okay, half of my coffee is gone. I did write the description, and then the way that ideas come and go, I was able to finish the scene, the little part that I was stuck on, so I actually need to build it up from the top still. But yes, yes, yes. Sometimes we just need a little break, a little description challenge break. All right, I am back home getting my update on. I'm hoping that it'll help me with my streaming, but also that it doesn't take too long so I can get to the streaming. I think in the meantime, I'm going to fix this up. Ooh, for the start of Nano. Oh my gosh. I know obviously that if it's Preptober, that means Nano is coming, but something about this time of year always sneaks up and surprises me. Thankfully, I'm not the only one that felt that way. On that stream, actually, I had a bunch of people confirm that they too were like, where has October gone? We blinked and we're at the back half of it. Actually, ooh, as of this uploading, the back third of it. The plus side is that Streamlabs is very easy to work with and I love my little coffee layout that I selected. So I'm very pumped going into November. All right, I am actually in the middle of Zara's stream right now. So I am getting a little bit of work done before I leave for the day for downtown San Antonio fun nonsense stuff. I'm gonna see Six the Musical, which I'm very excited for. Gonna check out a museum. It's gonna be really fun. Kind of like a writer date, like refilling the well, but with my friend. So I do think you miss out on a little bit of the refilling the well creative part, but anytime I'm in a museum, it always works. Always works its magic. It took less time than I thought to be certain in my path forward that A Closet Full of Cauldrons will be my second NaNoWriMo story. I'm just very much in a finish the projects mood so that I can get them off of my desk and onto other people's desks. Metaphorically. Certainly into their inbox. And I do think starting this new draft, or sort of over-qualifying it, is gonna still give me that beginning of Nano, like starting something vibe. That's the one thing I love so much about NaNoWriMo is getting to sort of like count up from 0, getting to begin anew. And I've definitely been a rebel for NaNoWriMos before, but that there is this magic to me in having a new project. So I'm doing my own version of that, still rebelling, but I'm here for it. I did manage to finish 2 scenes in Project Death, a scene a day, which if I could keep that up would be phenomenal. Some of the scenes will be longer than the ones that I covered during this vlog, you know, 3,000 words, 4,000 words, 5,000 even sometimes, but I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed. Let me know if you're someone who likes to track via stickers or like a bullet journal, you're kind of scribbling in, making note like sort of physically that you've done it. I'm trying to keep track of it this way because I think there's something really nice about having this sort of physical representation. That's why I'm so excited for my NaNoWriMo scarf. Because of so much of what we do is like digital, it's on my screen, but then I close the screen and it's nice to have something fun that I can see besides just the words themselves. But yeah, I think Project Death in the morning, if I'm getting up at 6:37 and starting work, I can vlog throughout that time. I would love to find some cafes around that are open during that time so I don't not always in here. And I don't know if anyone's interested in like a meta vlog of this, but when I've done these NaNoWriMos before, sometimes I need like a little bit of a mental break, either when I'm making my coffee or I'm getting up to walk the dogs. I upload all of my footage and I'll come back and edit that really quick and then begin my writing again. And so it's like a little bit of a break, but also keeps me up to date so I'm not having to edit like a million clips at once. Gets it done within the time. and it works for me. And Twitch, I am loving being back streaming. So we're actually on 2.5 hours going for Zara's so far. I have a minute left to finish this for the sprint, and I've really enjoyed that. So I'd love to work up to maybe 2 or 3 hours each weekday of streaming. That way I can really make some good progress in a closet full of cauldrons, and I just feel so pumped. I don't know what I'm gonna do for that last week of Preptober, since I will be done with my closet full of cauldrons reread by today or tomorrow, but it's gonna be fun. No matter what, it's gonna be fun. Please do comment down below. Let me know how Preptober is going for you. Let me know if you've changed projects. Let me know if you've decided on your project if you were not sure before. Let me know what sort of goal setting or even tracking system that you're using. Are you aiming for the 1,667 words a day? Are you giving yourself a sticker each time you get it done? Are you giving yourself a little bit of Halloween candy? I would love to know. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you all very soon with a new video. Bye.